Reactions have continued to trail the yet another increase in the pump price of petrol to over 10%. The NNPCL had increased its price from 897 to 1,030 naira, while other marketers increased from 997 naira to between 1,200 and 1,115 naira. Following the announcement, queues are gradually building in NNPCL major stations and other petrol stations. The hike is coming after NNPCL's exit as a middleman in the Dangote refinery, which means it will no longer cover the price gap between the facility's price and the selling price to retailers. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Labour Congress is calling on the federal government to reverse the hike in price of petrol. NLC president in a statement says the latest increase has affected the calculations of Nigerians on the price of petrol. Senior reporter Theophilus Elama is monitoring this development. He joins me live on the news. Theophilus, some filling station practically shut down in anticipation of this price hike. What's the current situation today in Lagos, and how much is petrol selling per litre?
Well, Nifemi, at this point, Lagosians are actually not happy with the situation. Of course, looking at the fact that just yesterday there was an increment, and today every other filling station, even as of yesterday, every filling station had adhered to the increment. We are on the expressway close to Beja axis, so we're actually at Alausa bus stop, and we have a few stations, you can see just behind me, selling at 996 naira per litre. That's about 2 naira lower than the NNPC's price. And so a lot of people here have been stranded here for quite a long time. Some have told me since 7 a.m. they've been here. Some said since 8 a.m. they've been here. And this is past 12 noon. They've been here for a long time. So I took a walk into what's happening in the fuel station, and we realized that the operators there, first of all, they had only 2 pumps working. And within those 2 pumps, just one of the nozzles were being used to sell fuel to people, and we could also see a lot of jerry cans being sold there. So that has actually contributed to a lot of people waiting here for quite a long time. If I can do a 360 movement, you see their daily responsibility. It's a lot, and the emotions are quite high for a lot of people here who are not happy with the situation. Earlier, I spoke with a woman who had her 2 children in the car. Because they didn't have fuel, she couldn't take them to school, and the car is very low on fuel that it can't go to the school and back, and so the children have missed their school today. And she told me that the school called her and said they have missed the tests for today. It's quite a pathetic situation for a lot of Nigerians who were not expecting this situation, and now that there's an increment, they cannot get the product easily because of the attendance issues happening. A lot of fuel kegs in the fuel stations, the filling station that we are in at this point. So it's quite a huge situation for a lot of people here. They're not happy with the situation of things. Ifemi.
Another day you watch the news and it turns your belly, Theophilus. Terrible situation there for those who have to wait long hours to get the commodity. But precisely, why is there such a long queue? Is it because of the competitive price that particular filling station is selling the commodity? Or what have you seen around the neighboring filling stations?
So I think it's because of a competitive price. 2 naira below the NNPC price of 998 naira. A lot of people will come here, but other fuel stations sell quite a bit above. Some are selling at 1,050 naira. Others are selling at 1,030 naira. Some are selling at 1,000 flat itself. And so, because of all of this competitive prices, people will prefer to go to a place where they can get the products at a bit minimal price. And so, you go to the fuel stations that are selling above the NNPC price, or having their own price, maybe above 1,000 naira, and you see that a lot of times it might be scanty, and people going there are just going there to get the product to move on to the next responsibility that they have to handle. So it's because of the competitive price, and of course you see that it has affected the cost of transportation as well, because that has gone a bit higher because of the increment in price. Of course, we also saw there, black marketers are having their way as well, because now with this fuel station, where we first got in here, we realized that one came to meet me and said, I can buy fuel, I can rent the jerry can for 2,000 naira, then get the products. I mean, it's quite a situation here. But Nifemi, that's the situation we see here today.
Indeed. Senior reporter Theophilus Elamar live for us on the Berger axis of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, where there's a terribly long queue there of commuters trying to get fuel. We'll get back to him for more updates subsequently. To other news now, as the world commemorates this year's Mental Health Day, the First Lady of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu, is calling for more commitment to improving mental health awareness and enjoined individuals to seek medical help and early counseling. The First Lady, in a statement, calls on individuals to speak up, explaining that emotions bottled up is the beginning of mental health issues and challenges that confront individuals. According to Senator Oluremi Tinubu, if there were no fears of stigmatization, people would tend to speak openly about their struggles, thus leading to early diagnosis and thereby improving recovery outcomes.